We are live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just the Tip with SAZON. My name is Sally SAZON. I'm your host. It's Monday. I'm sorry, Monday, November 29th, 2021. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving weekend. If you're watching this live or you're going to watch the recap, the replay of it, hope everyone made it home safely to their families and had a good weekend. Thanksgiving is all about family, and that's what we're about here. Family, giving people their flowers, and stuff that we grew up together. People that we grew up with. So again, I welcome everybody to Just the Tip with Sazon. When I first started this was going to be like a 10, 15-minute segment, and like in life, you have to change sometimes. You have to switch things up and you go with what the people want. And we switched it up. We going a little longer nowadays, and I'm having a blast, man. Having a blast. People loving going down memory lane and reminiscing of the times we had, growing up in the city. Especially a lot of us have moved out the city. It's not the same city anymore. So again, a lot of things going on in the baseball world. MLB signings. Guys getting the bag. God bless them, man. God bless them. So, without further ado, man, I'm gonna start the show. I'm gonna run this track, and I'm gonna bring my man on. Tonight's guest is Freddie Smith. Freddie Smith played in PSAL Brooklyn, played high school ball through FDR, and was drafted. Played travel ball. So we got some memories lane going down here. He wants to, we're going to talk about it and his new ventures. So again, I'm going to run this track and we're going to start the show.
Welcome to Just the Tip with Sazon, where we bring you all things sports, local and around the world. Might even give you a gambling tip or two. Just don't bet the house on it. Giving everyone their flowers while they are still here. So come on, Sazon, let's make it spicy.
And the video didn't work. So we take it back. Anyway, welcome back to Just the Tip with Sazon. My name is Sally Sazon. Again, I'm your host. So we ain't gonna have video clips tonight. I'm gonna just bring in my guy, Fred Smith, and we're gonna start the chatting. What's going on, Freddie? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It's all good.
Salute. How's it going, man? How's everything going?
Everything's going good. I can't complain. Thanks for having me.
For sure. We've been talking about this for a while, and I know you made some new arrangements. You're not living in New York for years now, so let's take everybody back to where it started, man. Where baseball started for you.
Well, see, a lot of people don't know where it really started for me was Caton Avenue, Parade Grounds. Used to go across the street to the park, tennis courts, and we used to play like that with the tennis ball. And one day I kept hitting the ball over the fence onto, I think it was like Diamond 5, and the Bonnies was playing. And Mr. Wrencher, Unique Wrencher's dad, came over there and was like, yo, who keep hitting these balls over here? And I was like, that was me, sir. And the next thing I know, I was on the Bonnies. Started from the Bonnie Eagles with Coach Felix and Smitty. And then I moved up through the ranks. But I started out with the Bonnies, so I always got to give them love, too. Shout out to the Cruisers and Jerry Caskey and the Russells.
Sure. You know what? I do remember you were a Bonnie originally and then went to service. Like many have done. I mean, so many guys went back and forth.
I lived right across the street. That's all I knew. We had to put on that black and orange.
Yeah. Right. Oh, so you lived by Ernie and them. So you lived over there.
Herbie Cruz was my first coach.
Okay.
So we're going way back a couple of there's a whole bunch of them now.
When I first started with the Barneys, I was on Ernie's team. We was Grasshopper, whatever. And I never forget we were in the middle of a game. I think Ernie might have been at the plate or on deck. And next thing I know, he takes off, does a beeline, gone. His brothers was fighting as usual. And I was like, man,
they had plenty of fights.
Yeah, I was like, man, these guys are wild. But that's my dude.
So that's where it started for me. And it was a guy that I grew up with named Jeff Slater. And he was real good. He just always kept me with him. And next thing I know, I got the ball outside, throwing, the little box on the wall.
Yeah.
Just throwing a tennis ball, just playing ball, being a kid. But was in parade grounds. My mother knew where to find me, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way different nowadays. Now kids don't do that.
God, I don't even know how to hook up the PS5 my son got.
Yeah.
Don't know none of that.
Their thumbs hurt and their fingers from just playing the game, but they ain't out there like we was playing SpongeBob, playing wiffle ball, inventing games.
We did all of that.
Yeah, man. But
and we did it all day long.
All day to that. When the street light came on, when you see that street light come on, all right, it's time to go home.
That's right.
But all right, so you end up going. How'd you get to FDR? Because that's a different. That's a little out of the way.
My first year of high school, I went to John Jay with Coach Mike Risey.
Oh, okay.
But he left. John Jay. I made the team as a freshman, but I was like, Mike Vasquez and all them guys was leaving. And so during the school year, Grandma used to keep me fly. I used to always wear the polo and all of that. So dudes just kept trying to try me every day.
Right.
Knowing where I'm from, I'm far from soft.
Right.
So I just got tired of that. My grandmother got me a safety transfer.
And
that's how I went there to Coach Slater. I met Coach Slater at Royale Sporting Goods with Ed Orlando, the coach from Ty Cobb. And that was the best day of my life, meeting Coach Slater.
That was 3rd Avenue, right?
Like I used to work there on Saturdays.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
a lot of people don't know. See, everybody be mentioning Cleveland, but I got drafted out of high school by Minnesota.
Right.
I went to Coach East Junior College, ran into some problems there, so then I transferred to Connors, and that's when I refocused and got back in it and got back on the ball.
Right.
Connors State in Oklahoma.
I was at Lafayette also, me and Frank Rodriguez actually, and I did the same thing. I kind of was like, I went there with a few guys, my dad had a umpire friend from the school. So he would be like, he told me to apply Lafayette, Canarsie, which was way hell out of the way for me, and I think Lincoln or somebody else, because you had like this few schools you could ask, and I ended up going to Lafayette first, and a couple of my boys went there too. They played.
We tried to get Frank, him and Anthony Morrow.
Yeah,
but the head AD Schroeder, he worked in our school, and he wasn't playing none of those games.
Yeah, okay.
Made me sit out my sophomore year for no reason.
Wow.
I had a legit transfer, and we lost to Tottenville to go to the championship.
So you met Coach Slater. I mean, we had him on our other show, the Set 6145 recently, and I mean, Coach was phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
He's like my partner says, the modern day Black Forrest Gump, with the stories he had. So how was it like? It was a mixture, coming from Caton, it's just certain blacks and Spanish pretty much, right?
I went from Caton Avenue to Brownsville to Bed-Stuy. Young kid moving,
right.
We grew up like that. Wherever moms went, that's where I had to go.
Right.
You know how it was. It is.
And FDR, you see, it was like Beverly Hills, some places, because it was Italians and all that stuff.
And the way they treated you at school. But when I first got there, my first year was kind of tough because I was behind in classes.
Right.
But then I took all the classes that I needed, and I, got it together. Never had to worry about my classes. Never fell off. None of that. Graduated on time. Right. I was the homecoming king.
Seeing you at FDR, me being at Fort Hamilton, my guys, and seeing you at FDR, I seen you with service also, but seeing you at FDR, you come play basketball, right? And you would also
I played ball.
You was on the baseball, but you were almost like ahead of your time, as they, and I mean this, like you were almost like a grown man in high school. You know what I mean? and physically, and you would be like, certain people be intimidated, but you was always cool. You always show love. You never was like.
If you knew me, I was cool.
Right.
But where I grew up at, I had to have that other side too. It was just me
Right.
and my grandmother. So I had to,
Right.
and my neighborhood, my block, it was you had to be tough or they would bully you. It was just
Right.
that way.
Right. I get that. Like a lot of times I used to get that, like, oh, you like seem unapproachable. And I'm like, it's just we have that shell. Like, you know what? Like, this is how we grew up. But once you get to know someone, it's like, oh man, he cool.
Man, if you ever ask anybody who ever played with me, I'm one of the coolest teammates to ever have. And the softest. Give you anything.
So you and FDR, you pitched what? So you pitched junior and senior year there.
Junior and senior year. I pitched against FDR my freshman year. And then that's when I was like,
Matt Rossi was a well-renowned he was a well-respected.
That's why I went there.
Yeah.
He left the year that I got there.
Right. Because I think he was coaching CSI not too long ago, and then he went whatever Kingsborough. He moved around, but I know everyone that I know played for him was
everywhere he went, he put up W's.
Yeah. So FDR, you kind of the beginning of the help building that program. I know Coach Slater was obviously the focal, the headpiece there, but having a Fred Smith on FDR kind of had team, kids probably say, you know what, I'm gonna go there, funneling more kids there. Do you feel that way now, looking back at it?
Yeah, that was the plan. But he mainly told me he just always wanted me to get a chance to not coach, but play with Jade, to get Jade to play with me.
Right.
Because I used to work Jade out all the time, go and make him run with me and do all of that.
Right.
So, and Slade used to tell me, just be hard on him. He's gonna need this for when I'm not there.
Right.
He can pass it on down. But definitely, I used to go visit. I visited FDR like at the end of my freshman year when I was still in John Jay to see if this is what I wanted to do. Go there, and I swear, as soon as I walked in there, I just knew it. Right. And the love. And then back there, we young. They had the fresh uniforms, the bags.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah, they had. They definitely was fly. Coach always had them pimping for sure.
When you're 15, that get you.
Yeah, of course. It still gets cast now. I'm in the softball world, and you know how many guys would be like, "Yo, let me play for you. I want a hat or I want a shirt." We try to, So
but it changed me because they made me really get into them books. There wasn't no freebies. They was not playing that.
That's good. That's important. I think that a lot. I always say that, like, I was a better college student than I was in high school because it kind of was like, they ain't stressing. In high school, like, yo, he's on the team. But I failed off the team too. Like, my coach kind of treated me like, yo, you know what? You failing off. You out. And that happened to me. It happened to me the year we went to the stadium. So I get it. I know.
I couldn't imagine that. Oh, man, I let my grandmother down. Mm-hmm. I couldn't see that look on her face.
They appreciate you, that you got to appreciate that. They
and I couldn't hear Coach Slater mouth. That mouth for a whole 3 months.
Fred, what'd you do to me, Fred?
And how good he been to me? I couldn't do that.
You guys, so your senior year, you lost to Eastern District, right?
Yeah, 1-0.
You versus Frank Rodriguez.
Take
me down that game.
They got that little right center. Yeah, you watching too, Frank. The little right center. He hit it right there. He didn't go too deep. But yeah, I knew I should have just pitched around him. They didn't have nobody else. And I hung him a curveball. He got it.
So you was like, nah, I'm getting him. I'm gonna go after him.
Yeah. Then I had to go Saturday and hear it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, Frankie was a hell of a player, man. And it was like it was almost like effortless too with him. Like, he would do a lefty, do a righty. It was like he was blessed for sure.
I used to see it every day. We sneak on the train together.
Yeah, he was blessed for sure.
We know we used to have them nice youth service. We all might spend it out of his house. They might come to my house. See, everybody would have come over to my house because I had all the clothes.
Right.
I stayed fly.
Like, I'm taking this right here, Fred.
From 15 to 18, we was together. So we had that camaraderie. And, I was a big shot. He was a big shot. But any time he could come to me, he was like, yo, Fred, you bullshitting. And vice versa. We didn't play that. Man, you dogging it. You ain't working hard today.
I heard a story of you and Frankie arguing in front of scouts of who was getting drafted higher. So I know you went at it.
Yeah, that was in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay. So it's a true story. Got you.
Oh, we got a million stories, me and Frank.
I know. But that's good. You know what? I'm sure you look back at it now, like, you know what? It was in good faith. He was pushing me
When
out
Frank
this
first got drafted, he had a white Honda Accord.
Mhm.
Pulled up on me, took me shopping, and blessed me with some
Awesome.
bread. And that's how we used to do. I did teammates like that. Spring training, I
Right.
didn't have to take clothes. Manny had a whole bag this high,
Mhm.
nothing but polo and Tommy Hilfigers with the tag still on it.
Right.
Yeah, wear that. That's yours. That's how they used to look out.
Right.
We were close, all of
No,
us.
that your youth service team, uh, you know, I played. You guys were a year ahead of me, I
The,
believe. I
the
played up
Junior
until
Bowl, the 17 and 18, them teams were different.
yeah. That team. I was on the cadets that year, and it was, I rarely felt whenever I played on the team. I'm always felt I had a chance to win. Like, oh, fuck that. But that was one team when I would be like, man, we got no shot today. That's probably like the only time in my life that I was like, oof. We didn't have the pitching. We had players. We had, Julius Alfonso. We had Ruben Cardona. We had certain players, but we didn't
Yeah,
have the
not to stop you,
pitching.
but Ruben went to junior college with me the first year at Coach East.
Yeah,
And
Arizona.
Joe Levo, God bless him, I love him.
Yeah,
That was my roommate.
yeah, man. God bless Joe Olivo, R.I.P. Man. I was
And I
so
had Joe
upset the day
Levo
we
in the club doing electric slide.
had.
His
That's
mom and
my
his dad was like my mom and dad. Man, I
yeah.
miss Joe.
Yeah, Joe, R.I.P. Joe, man. I that day we got caught so caught up with Coach, I forgot to bring him up about the FDR. When he was at FDR. But I mean that team. You had yourself, you had Frank Rodriguez, you had Manny Ramirez, you had um uh Coco Flores, right? Who am
Yeah.
I missing from that?
My boy that kept me straight was Anthony Leone. That was the first year.
Leone, my
That was that.
guy.
Everybody tell you see that Leone was my dude. We roommate everything. That was my guy. And
Marco
Unique. That's like my brother.
Marco Mancuso, was he there too or not?
He went to Poly Prep. You don't remember Leone?
Yeah, Leone, I remember from Polyprep
Yeah.
for sure.
And we had your boy on there from your squad was my boy Danny Venezia.
Danny Venezia is my guy, man. I spoke to him the other day. I'm trying to get him on too. He's doing a lot.
Boy, it took him a long time to fit in.
Yeah.
Boy, we got some stories about Dan.
Danny, I see Danny now, and he's like, religious, and I'm like, wow, because I was like, this boy was nuts. But yeah,
And
man.
my other boy used to keep me straight, Alice Oates. I can't forget my pops.
Yeah, Alice Oates, man, friend to the show for sure. Him, DJ was a great coach too. All of them guys, man. But that team was serious, man. That team was, like I said, and you guys, you handle your business though. Like, I feel like, no matter what, y'all didn't, y'all came to the park. It was like, who's gonna outshine who. You just competed. Your competition was probably more against each other than everybody else.
I mean, that second year in New Mexico, we should have won that. A call here and there, but it's part of the game. But a call here and there, we would have brought it home.
Yeah. Well, we know how that goes when New Yorkers go out of town.
But they didn't, we had all the guys, the Van Poppels, the Shane Andrews, all of them guys. Manny hit a ball of Van Poppel, still ain't came down.
Yeah, I heard. That's yeah.
But we held on, we played. We just didn't bring it home. But we still was one of the best to ever come through parade grounds.
Yeah. No, that team was a special team, and that was definitely a special team over there. So you end up you getting drafted out of high school? No, you're going to junior college.
I got drafted out of high school by Minnesota.
So, and you don't sign
for Mel. The deal was garbage, $30,000. Nah. So my grandma's like, well, you need to go to college anyway, just to grow up and be on your own. So went out to Coach East, way out there in Arizona. Everything was going good. You got to take so many classes. I only was taking 12 classes.
Who was the coach that go? Was it Bo Hall?
Yeah, Coach Bo Hall. He was cool, but Chuck Hoyt was the head coach.
Okay.
So
I met Bo.
Was my guy. Him and his son.
I met Bo Hall when I went to New Mexico, and Coach B brought him in to work with us on some hitting and stealing
big and stocky
stuff. Yeah.
but he was the truth.
Yes.
So it was a class, and I know better. Messing with a girl, she worked there on Saturdays. Now it's a fitness class. No, I'm supposed to be in there. Me and a couple other guys. Matter of fact, I didn't know she was doing the whole athletic department, just giving them credit for going there. Then it was a big old scandal, and everybody who was doing that, they had to fail that class. So you take them 3 hours away. That made me ineligible.
Oh.
So they was like, you can still. I said, no, I'm not going all the way back to Arizona just to go to school. So I just stayed home this summer and played with youth service, pitched every Saturday because I wasn't getting no time. Then I played that whole summer, did good. So Mel gave me a chance to go to Conner State. And like I said, I went to Conner State. I already had 2 strikes on me. I said, I can't mess this up. Worked my ass off, did what I was supposed to do. Got drafted by Cleveland, and everything was gravy.
Okay.
First year with Cleveland, did good in the Penn League short season. Got invited to a Strucks. Next thing I know, released a pitch. My arm felt like never felt that before.
Right. In the elbow, or was it elbow or the shoulder?
No, it was my rotator cuff.
Okay.
So they sent me back to Cleveland, get checked out, all of that. Comes back that my rotator cuff is done. So they said, we can do surgery, you can work, try to get back. That's what I did. Sally, not after that, about 5 months, tear my labrum. Had to get that done. So and it was just, I was like, man, just.
And they didn't see that when you rotate a cuff? Because it's all like the same. Isn't that the same area? Like,
I don't know what was going on. And
or maybe the rehab didn't done. Now, is Manny on the Indians already? He's already.
Yeah, Manny was already up in the big leagues.
Oh, he was in the pros already.
Yeah, I was right there. I was a number 2 reliever coming through the system. Me and Bartolo Colon.
Wow.
Barring injury, I'd have been right there with him because I was already getting the word that I was going to be on the 40-man within 3 years.
Right.
But like I said, everybody can look at the stats. I got an injury release. They gave me a couple of dollars and was like, thank you. And
right.
That was that. And
after that, that was it. There was no trying to come back, or like, what'd you do after that? Did you try to rehab and come back?
And really, for 5 years, I didn't do nothing but mope and soap.
Right.
Down in Tennessee. They got to playing softball, then just gradually when I start having kids, that sadness, you see people that I played with, and then they come through. Nelson Figueroa, he was on the Sound, so I should go see him play. Coco come through, me and him, he come to my house, we go out. Frank came through, Rob, Louis Lopez. So it was like times like that. And then the guys that I played with, Jonathan Nunley, when Cleveland come through, it was just hard.
Right.
And I'd be like, damn, fella never got hurt. And for a minute, it just troubled me.
Yeah. We we go through the 5 stages of grief with certain things, right? So acceptance is the last thing we do. So, you start, you could probably look back at it now, like I did, like when, I used to always be like, when my mom's passed away, oh, I wasn't depressed. Now that I look back, yeah, you went through a depression. So you probably went through the same thing as far as like not having the game that you so love and not maybe having people around you like, nah, Fred, get back on the horse, get to rehab and let's go. Because you right there, you can do this.
I mean, after that, me, I had the wrong people around me. I had people around me just had their hand out because that's how my heart was. If I had it, you can get it. It didn't matter what it cost. But I had the wrong group of people, not older people, my peers that I lived around in my neighborhood.
Yeah, sure. And so you were released in Tennessee, and that's where you made your life. How did you end up in Tennessee?
I was still in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I was staying with my girlfriend on McDougal and Nostrand. And I just got a letter in the mail.
Wow.
In December.
Yeah.
It was already working out to go back.
No, it wasn't no emails back then, huh?
Nobody.
Yeah.
I'm 5'10" from the hood.
Right.
I had my shot, and I'm cut on twice. Ain't nobody calling.
Right.
And I started playing softball in St. John's.
Okay. All right.
A team called the Tribe.
All right. I think I heard of those guys. Yeah. I know.
In Brooklyn.
Okay. Yeah. I think I heard of them. So how'd you end up in Tennessee?
my grandmother is from Tennessee, and she always said when she retired from New York, she wanted to come back to Nashville. And so it's just the year that I got drafted by Cleveland. That was the year that she was retiring. So it helped her out a little bit. And she moved here and she brought a house. And she's like, this house is going to always be here for my grandkids. And it's still there to this day. And that's what brought me here. But like I said, I had the wrong people around me. So it seemed like everything was closing in on me.
Right.
So I was like, yo, I got to get up out of here.
Right.
And I came here, started having kids, and I've been here.
Yeah. Things happen for a reason. Whatever it was.
I love it here. When I go home now, I go on a Friday. I leave on a Sunday or Monday.
Right. Yeah, when you come back to New York, right? I know everyone's like, they miss it, and they come, they get their little taste, and they're like, all right, it's time to go back home.
Nah, so it's a lot different from when I was there.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's definitely changed. So, I mean, it's different. Tennessee is it's a down south, right? It's always like,
right, but don't believe that commercial about all the horses and all of that.
Yeah.
Nashville is up and coming, one of the best cities to live in now. It's getting high like New York.
No, Tennessee is one of the up and coming. Actually, I was looking at something the other day as far like I think like El Paso was number one. I couldn't believe that, but I think Tennessee was up and coming as far as like people moving down to. Is there a state tax there?
Yeah, it's not that high. They say like 72 people move here a day.
Gotcha.
With all the cranes you see all over the place,
right? Yeah,
something going
it's
up.
Booming. So take me. Let's go back to the service team. Like you said, you met people that took advantage of you outside. Obviously, you had your brotherhood with the youth service guys.
Right.
Give us a story of that time, if you can, like some funny story or something that you could walk us through.
Well, you want some of the males that are some of the stories?
Yeah,
in the gym.
Absolutely.
Oh no, I got a real story for you. It was me, Unique. He retarded.
Unique's my guy.
Me, Unique, Manny, Coco, Carlos Sanchez. We ride with Mel because we was top guys.
Galito, my guy. Galito.
So we hungry. So we tell him, Manny, we tap him like, yo, tell Mel you hungry. He gonna get you something. He like, no. So, man, his English at that time was messed up. So he was like, Mel, I want some Kentucky. Like trying to say Kentucky Fried Chicken. So Mel playing with him. Mel here driving. I forget who in the front, but we sitting in the back. So we on the Belt Parkway. Mel sticks his hand back. Manny jerks. And I swear to God, we did a 360 on the interstate. I thought we was going to die. When we looked up, it was no traffic coming.
Wow.
On the Belt Parkway. That will never happen again at about 7:30 in the evening.
Never. The Belt Parkway is always jammed.
We got stories when we used to go away. You go away, everybody looking for the girls. They sneaking girls in the room, Mel catch them. It was all kind of stuff. Everything was crazy. But stories, they got to bring the stories that really to me because I don't really remember a lot of stories because I didn't hang out on the road as them. I didn't go out as much.
Right.
I'm in the room.
Because
Mel used to always be on me because I used to do a lot of crazy stuff. So he always, where Freddie Smith at? Unique, find Freddie Smith.
Yeah. Keep him
always on me.
That's funny. Yeah, they I know the guys. I mean, part of that gym stuff kept me away from service. It was like I ain't talking about.
And shouts out to Mel Zilla, changed my life. Also, I needed that tough love. But I'm telling you, Mel will stand at the baseline and put you at half court and hit BBs till you on the hard floor in Dittman's gym.
Right.
Now, mind you, the door's closed. So if he hit one of them shots and they get past you and it hit that door, and by the time you turn around, pow.
Right.
You don't want to hear that. Get right back. He was tough. 100 wind sprints. Everybody yelling and screaming. We used to work out Friday nights from 6 to 10. Then come back Saturday at 8 in the morning to like 6 at night.
That's crazy.
But we loved it. I mean, that's all we knew.
Right.
And he used to tell us, I'm not preparing y'all for here. I'm preparing y'all when we go other places. where other kids got the money, they got batting cages in their home. So this is why we got to work hard. And we should be in there, man. I love it. I should love your service.
We got a question from the room here. Coach DJ Oates says, tell us about a big game you pitched to help the team advance to New Mexico, or the game you pitched in New Mexico.
I know what you're talking about. The game was, well, we know the game that I pitched.
Tell us about the one you pitched here, and then I guess the one over there if you want. You want to go that route?
See, the one I pitched to go to New Mexico, I pitched them all. I always see this was our rotation. I'll pitch the first one to keep us in the winners bracket. Then Frank come pitch the second. Now we 2-0. We only got to win 4 or 5 games.
Right.
The first year, we lost. And I pitched this game we're talking about, but we still went to New Mexico. We lost, I think, 2-1 or 1-0 on a pass ball. The next, and I had like 14, 15 strikeouts that game. And they gave us, it was a close call. They gave us the business. But the next 5 games, and I think this is what O's talking about, we scored like 50 runs. But in the championship game, I pitched that game, but I also led off in the 9th inning, and I hit the home run to take us to New Mexico. If that's what he's talking about, that's got to be what he's talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I pitched that game, and I hit the home run to put us in New Mexico.
Nice. Yeah, those are you know, I'm sure those are memories that you can you know.
Oh, New Mexico was lovely. You know, you was out there in Hobbs. New Mexico is just lovely, period.
Yeah. I heard you know, I always joke around now with you know, like with the coach, or, you know, like all the old school guys there. I say we built New Mexico Hobbs because they got like a casino there and all that stuff. And it was all youth service bonding guys coming through there.
Yeah, we could have went there, but Mel used to consider Howard Connor's coaches like for his top guys, and he never wanted his top guys to go to the same school.
Right.
Because he wanted everybody to go do their own thing.
Yeah, I was a year after, but we had Trovan and we had Coco Flores come to New Mexico. And
that's my guy too.
And then after that, it was like me, Alexi Zapata, you know, Esteban James, like all of us that, you know, that next generation of guys went there, you know. So Ernie Cruz was with me at New Mexico also. So I mean, we yeah, for sure. There was definitely a huge East Coast you know, floodgates out there in the West. And a lot of guys made lives out there, and that's great. You know what I mean? That was a great, you know, I was close to staying in New Mexico myself at one point.
Man, so, all of them schools, when you go there from where we from, man, they show us love.
Yeah, man.
Take you in like family. Because I couldn't go, and from Oklahoma, I couldn't go home. So my friend, he had a trailer.
They want to hear us talk. They were like, used to be like, yo, talk. And I'm like,
we caught fish, clean. That's how I learned how to. I mean, they showed me how to fish, scale it, clean it, eat it right there one time. Same yard, same property.
Yeah, teach a man to fish, right? He'll eat for the day.
They taught us to fish. They was real good.
Teach a man to fish, he'll eat forever. You know, fish, whatever, how the saying goes. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so Fred, so how's life now? How you doing? You got your family, you know, your
I'm
kids
doing right
ball?
now. I'm rehabbing. I had a torn ACL and MCL. I do in-home deliveries I put your whole kitchen in. Contracted out through Electronic Express, me and my sons.
Okay.
But I had somebody wasn't properly trained, dropped the fridge on me. So I'm doing the rehab. So right now I'm getting workman's comp and just, you know, at home.
Take it easy. Take it easy, man.
But I got 4 boys and 2 girls, love them to death, and a little grandbaby now. I got my 15-year-old son's pretty darn good in football.
Oh, good.
What so be looking out for that name, Zayon Simpson. If he keep listening to me, he'll be all right.
What positions he play? What position?
He plays linebacker and fullback.
Oh, good.
But he's way taller than me and built different. He just got my legs. He like 6'2", like 220, but he still got my thighs and my calves.
You got to tell him, son. Let me throw some PP to you. They get in the bag. Man, they get in the bag. Seagull got 10 mil today.
Perfect first base.
I mean, 10 years, 30-something, 300-something million.
And he's like, and then I be talking, he was like, well, I didn't play. I said, that's a good thing. You don't got no wear and tear on you.
That's a fact.
6 years, 10 years, you be good. You only be 25.
Just see how he throws the ball. You throw the ball 90 plus like that, you'll be all right nowadays.
I mean, he dunks the ball. He even basketball, he just straight up dunking.
Mm. Oh,
Good
man.
kid though. He don't give it no problems.
That's good, man. That's a blessing. My kids don't play either, but it's all good. They're good at other stuff, so doesn't matter. As long as
Baseball is really not a demand down here. I mean, them travel teams, it's ridiculous. And I really don't know how it works, but I see the inner city parks, the black kids. I mean, they don't really have enough kids. They don't even have that many teams.
Yeah.
And if you're good, you're not going to go there and play, so you go to the travel team,
right?
Which is understandable. But it's just not like we had 15 teams and you battle it out and then you travel.
Right.
It's not like that.
Yeah, that's in general out here too. It's a lot of I see these travel teams, these kids paying X amount of dollars, and I'm like, when we were good, we didn't pay to play travel ball growing up in our era. So it's different now.
We didn't pay for Mel used to try to make us pay for uniforms, please.
Right.
Cleats, all of that. He used to look out for us.
He's like, you make it up running. What school does your son go to? What's the name of the school?
He goes to Pearl Cone High School.
Pearl Cone in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, Fred, I had a blast, man. I hope you had a good time. I want to thank you for coming on. Anything you want to say before we sign off? Let everybody know.
Thank you for having me. Thank all my youth service people, Coach Slater, Wayne Slater, Oates, and I got to thank Mel Zitter also, like I said before. And just thanks for having me, because I haven't spoke baseball, seen people in a long time.
No, man, we always, your name is a staple in our era growing up. Your name's a staple. Fred Smith. Like I said, your youth service team. Anybody who don't respect y'all, it's just that's just hate. You know what I mean? We adults now. Did I want to beat your ass? Hell yeah, I wanted to beat you when I was playing you. You know what I mean?
You used to beat me before Hamilton. We didn't beat y'all.
Oh man, no, we got you once. We got you. I remember before we signed up. Now you brought it up. I got to talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't have no help.
The championship year, I remember we had a rain delayed game, I believe, and we came back to play you.
And what's so crazy, I used to face Jermaine Swinton and in the minor league, still sit him down.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, me and him went and had lunch when he was with the Astros.
Yeah.
And one of them little cities in North Carolina.
He's in Arizona. He moved to Arizona. He still out there.
Okay.
Yeah, his mom recently passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
But that team we had was a team that was with me, Danny Venetia, Alfonso. Again, it was guys that were kind of fearless in that aspect. As you didn't have that youth service backing, you had you and a couple of guys, but you had your holes. You know what I mean? So we
only had like 3 players,
right?
And that year Jay was a freshman, so
right. So yeah, I remember Lafayette threw us a big party because I think if we beat y'all, they got in.
Yeah,
so I don't
they
remember.
Came to the game, was yelling my name out.
Yeah. I remember that they threw us a party at the bleachers in Lafayette. You got us in the playoffs, and we almost faced them after that.
Screaming. All that used to be fun though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lincoln, but our division used to blow everybody out.
Oh, our division was nuts, man.
The team that finished telecommunication 5th place could have went and beat some of the teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, they was like the John Jay, Teller, Newtrick,
Grady
were like the back end, kind of like middle of the back end, and they were, like you said, they would beat us. Like we'd be like, oh shit, we split with John Jay, or we lost to these guys. Like, how the hell we did that? But it happened.
Grady got us one. My senior year, I'm like, man, what the hell going on? We lost our first 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you, I said, I need to pitch. You set it up for us to meet Lincoln. We don't play them to the 4th game. Now we 0-3.
Right.
And we won 11 in a row.
Mm.
And lost in the playoffs to Frank.
Right. Yeah, that was the classic 1-zip.
Now, if they'd have let Frank come to FDR, we wouldn't have lost a game. Schroeder was like, he got to sit out a year. So Frank was like, nah.
Yeah.
And then Mel was like, nah, y'all go to separate schools.
Yeah. We was in life together. He left. I didn't even know he was leaving because I was like, I'm out, Frank. I'm not staying here. I'm gonna go play with my boys in Fort Hamilton. And then next thing I know, he left to ED. But I mean, Lafayette, my boys that were in Laf, like Morrow and Nicky Samonese, and they're always like, man, if you guys would have
you didn't play with no. No, you played for Hamilton. You wasn't with Willie Quillis and them when they was there.
At Lafayette, I was with
Yeah.
Willie. Yeah, I
On
was
that
with,
squad?
No, I didn't play. My freshman year, I went half a semester and then I did a safety transfer. Same thing.
Then you just left and went to Fort Hamilton.
And then I went to Fort Hamilton. Me and Frank was there. Frank Rodriguez was there. He was a sophomore already. I was a freshman. And then that half a semester, like right before school was, I said, Frank, I'm out of here, man. All my boys that were here left, and like that won the football team, whatever, they stopped going. And then I went to Fort Hamilton. And then next thing I know, he went to ED. Like he went to his neighborhood.
Yeah, you know. we tried to get him.
But Lafayette, because they won my sophomore year when I went to Fort, we won. But my senior year, they won Lafayette. So I was like, I would have got one either way. You know what I mean? Because they was loaded too, They was Lincoln. Everybody was good, man. Like you said, everybody was good in that. And then when you left FDR, they went 2 years in a row.
Don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
They didn't have no picture there. So I guess my little cousin was tearing it up. Mm-hmm. But that it just seemed like everybody just got little, small after that.
Yeah.
There was no big name players. It just teams.
Right. Yeah. It's different. And I go watch travel now, or these kids, because I'm in Long Island, and I go watch the games, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, well, we like this? I'm like, there's no way we would like this. We was all nice back then, you know?
Yes. I'll be looking at guys and be like, this guy got how much money for what?
We were born too early, Fred. We were born too early.
But my son just do what he's supposed to. We'll be fine. We'll be all right.
Macho, I got a question for him. Frank Rodriguez was pitching and playing shortstop. He was doing both in high school. Yeah, so see, somebody asked if they was
who was that?
No, one of the guys that's watching the show said, was Frank pitching in high school or shortstop? I said he was doing both.
He played both.
Yeah, man. And he mess around, go hit lefty on your ass too.
He did switch hit when we was in freshman ball.
Yeah. I remember in parade grounds when they hit it out, right, lefty. I was like, oh shit. Fuck it, Frank.
Yeah, but Manny get to the tournament. He pitched me. He pitched Frank. We get in the winners bracket. We cruise.
You played with Manny Ramirez at what? 14.
Played with Manny Ramirez from 14 to 18.
You knew right away, right? Because we all saw it.
Because I should see Manny. You can ask anybody. He used to have little balls, real little, and he used to throw them up and catch them with his hand like this.
Right.
Quick hands. And when he just hit the ball, man, he used to just make that sound that just different
noise. Yeah.
And he worked. Always used to have the thing with the weight on it.
Yeah.
And Manny was a third baseman. Was nice at third too.
Mm-hmm.
Then they put him in center field, but hitting, not even close. When we played George Washington, I'm gonna holler at you. You can go ahead, go to first base.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing.
I remember
he was mad to death.
We were in parade grounds.
Everything else behind you garbage.
We were in parade grounds. My cousin Mike came to come see me, and Manny hit it out. So, but he already had hit 2 out. So my cousin goes, "Damn, that's a bomb." I said, "That's his third one today." He already had 2.
He hit him out of diamond 7 like it was nothing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about right center. That's like 480.
Right center, exactly. He had 2. He had 2 over the left fielder's head, and then he hit the third one over right center. And I was like, Jesus Christ, over. I'm lefty and I'm not pulling it over there.
Nah, you hit your balls.
I had them here and there. I like to make contact. I was one of those guys anyway, Fred, man, this was a blast. Again, I'm glad you came on.
Anytime.
All the best to you and your family. We're gonna be looking out for your son.
No doubt.
And just let him know. Listen, man, show him those millions that these guys are collecting today in MLB. Scherzer and all these guys.
No doubt.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr.
Peace
Fred
out.
Smith.
Love y'all.
Love you, boy.
All right.
All right, guys. That concludes another episode of Just the Tip with SAZON. Like I said, man, we started this program, to give people their flowers, give like 10, 15 minutes. And, just turn into something else, man. I love to hear the guys' stories. And if you know anybody that's looking to come on, any basketball, Joey, I know you got the basketball guys, Joey Brower, you was in the room before. Guys, we're here for it, man. We're here for it. It's about giving the flowers and people having their shine. I'll talk to everybody real soon, man. Stay safe, everyone, all right?